This is big breaking news. Walmart is flashing major warning signs for the U.S. economy, and the CEO has issued a statement. We also have panic buying breaking out in more stores around the country as well too. Places like Costco are seeing hundreds of people show up and buy up all the goods as soon as they are put on the shelves. So let's get into all the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting every single day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these alerts out. I appreciate that. So this is what's happening. Walmart is having trouble right now. All right, they are in the middle of a slowdown, and their stocks just dropped dramatically, dropped over 6% within one day, down 6.3% on Thursday. Walmart shares fell, and this is because they provided a disappointing earnings outlook, and they are warning that this year is going to be a major slowdown for Walmart. They are not going to have as good as a year as they had last year, and they are predicting that people are going to be not buying as many products and goods from Walmart. All right, we're also seeing a statement issued by the CEO. We will get into that in just a second, but check out this scene here. This is happening in Costco. People are panic buying, still buying eggs. Okay, this happened last week as well too. I was reporting there were videos coming out. Now new videos are coming out this week of people panic buying and filling up their carts with outrageous amounts of eggs. All right, I'm not sure why everyone needs so many eggs, but that's what's happening. As soon as they fill up the refrigerators at Costco and certain stores, this video is from Costco, people are rushing there, and this is with the buy limits that have already been introduced. Right, I think Costco has a limit of like 3 or 4 cases or cartons of eggs per customer, because they still want to appeal to the bulk buying customer. Right, that's what Costco's all about, is buying in bulk. But at the same time, they want to restrict the sales so they have some for everyone. But look at these scenes. This is crazy just for eggs. Absolutely wild. And this is just another reason why you should be growing your own food if you can, and having chickens if you can as well too. Right, they're going to become more valuable every single day with the rate that they are just slaughtering all of these chickens across the country. Your chicken that you have increases in value every single day that these farms are getting wiped out. It's crazy what they're doing and what's going on right now. And so this situation is most likely going to get worse. Don't panic buy. This is just crazy, right? These scenes, you would think this is like Black Friday or something, and these are for eggs. All right, so just, maybe bite the bullet, and you might have to get a little bit more expensive eggs. I would not recommend panic buying, and especially hoarding eggs in a time like this. And the difference between hoarding and prepping, right? I love being prepared, being stocked up. But the difference is you stock up when the inventory is there, right? You prepare and get your goods when it's not really a strain on any supply chains or anything like that, right? That's the difference. The difference here, in my opinion, hoarding is when you get into territory where things are scarce like this, right? Everyone is trying to get some, and then you're just trying to maximize the amount that you can get, and just it's too late. All right, difference is it's like the timing. I'm all for being stocked up and being prepared and having stockpiles of food, whatever you need. But when things are scarce like this, everyone's looking for it, prices are high, you really should be leaving some for everyone else too, right? It's just the right thing to do. But let's get back into this warning for Walmart too. They are saying that they're going to have a bad year, right? And the CEO is saying that this is due to people not buying merchandise items, right? It says the chief executive officer, Doug McMillon, said on the post-earnings call with analysts that the mixed pressure the company has been seeing is from the continued shift in demand toward products that are less profitable, lower margin, particularly groceries and health and wellness, which includes the pharmacy business, and away from higher margin general merchandise items, right? So they're essentially saying they're selling a lot more things like food and health products, right? Which is true. I mean, a lot of people, whenever I go to Walmart, they are in the grocery section, okay? So it's definitely seems like a big part of their business model, but it's also a lot lower margin. So they're saying things are going to slow down, and that's typical, right? We've been in an inflationary situation the past how many years now? Like 5 years at least, where inflation has been very high pressure, and things are trying to turn around now, right? So we're going to see some deflation, and we're going to see some slowdowns because our foot's just been on the pedal, right? It's just been pedal to the metal, keep going, constant growth and inflation, prices going up, right? They've had increased margins and increased profits for years and years now. Be part of the reason because is inflation, right? Because things are just going up in price apparently. So of course they're making more money, right? You can sell the same amount of goods even, but if prices go up on those goods, then you're making more money, right? So naturally, if things start to balance out and even out, then there's going to be less profits, right? Which is fine and which is normal. And I think we're going to see this with more companies as well too, where there's going to be a bit of a slowdown for a little bit. And something to think about as well too is that there's also been a lot of pressure for people that are coming into the country. Okay, there were over 10 million documented encounters over the last 4 years under the previous administration. Okay, so those numbers, that's a lot of people that have entered, and that's just documented. There's been even more, and that's a lot of pressure. People buying food, people in housing, and a lot of it is people buying these lower common denominator things. Okay, they're buying more lower income housing, filling up spots in there. They're buying things like food, everyday goods, common goods that everyone needs, food, gas, things like this, cars, houses, right? Things that everyone needs. Those are the things that have had a lot of human pressure put on them as well too, right? Much less inflationary pressure from things like government spending, right? Or overprinting money. But there's also just been a human pressure as well of just a major influx of people buying these things up, right? And a lot of it was funded by the US taxpayers, okay? So a lot of these benefits and things like this were available to people when they entered the country. Things like EBT food stamps and housing vouchers and all these different programs are available or were available, right? Trump actually just signed an executive order to end all federal funding that goes to any person that's not a U.S. citizen or a legal resident inside the United States, right? He just signed that in the past 24 hours. So hopefully that situation gets cleaned up and figured out, because just think about it, okay? 10 million people, even if just a million of them or a few million are given access to full benefits, right? That's a lot of pressure of extra people in the country that can just buy essentially unlimited amounts of food and housing, things like that, things that everyone needs. So we could see a lot less pressure on these things. That's my point. So we could see a slowdown. Walmart, all these companies have been making a ton of money from all these new people that enter the country, okay, because they're given access to, in New York City, they were giving away debit cards, okay, cash debit cards, programs worth tens of millions of dollars to just give people prepaid debit cards so they can go spend them anywhere they like. And where do you think that money goes? It goes to, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, one of these big corporations, okay? It ends up in their pocket. So they were making a lot of extra money from this stuff too, from all the money printing, all the free giveaways, okay, all this weird stuff that Doge is finding, all these weird programs, funny money programs. Everyone's getting paid from it some way, one way or another, whether it's directly or indirectly. It's a lot of extra money injected into the economy and into our country, right? And a lot of those things are stopping now, are slowing down. So we could see a lot of these companies like Walmart, Costco, things like this, especially ones that are selling everyday goods that everyone needs and that have a lot of pressure on them. We could see these things go down in price, hopefully. And we also could see some of these companies kind of slow down, and it's going to like look bad for their investors, things like that. The economy in general might slow down a little bit. Okay? But at the same time, that might be good, because inflation and prices have been nonstop going up. So maybe things need to turn the other way for a little bit. Right? I'm not an economist here. I'm just theorizing. It could be bad, right? It could be a bad thing. But at the same time, it seems like the price of food does need to come down, right? Maybe things do need to deflate a little bit. So let me know what you guys think down below. Please just hit it up for me down there so people know what's going on, right? This is people panic buying at Costco. Walmart saying they're going to have a bad 2025, right? It's going to be the first time in years, in the past like 4 years, I believe they said, since 2020 or 2021, where they are going to be not making as much money as the previous year, right? So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys are stocked up on your chickens, all right? Look into these things. Spring is coming. It's going to be March before we know it, and it's going to be warming up. And your chicks, your baby chicks, they need to stay in the brooder for at least, 2 weeks to a month. Depends how warm it is out there, all right? But that's how long if it's really warm out, they can get out 2 or 3 weeks and bring them in at night. I've done things like that, put them out in a dog cage, okay? So they can be outside on the grass during the day and they're protected. And then at night, bring them inside, put them in their incubator with the heat lamp on. All right, so now is the time to be looking into these things if you want to get chickens this year. And you probably should, right? So thank you guys. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying prepared, staying warm, right? This polar vortex, whatever the heck they want to call it these days, Arctic blast, polar vortex, blizzard, whatever you want to call it, it's moving through where we're at right now, and it's pretty chilly out late at night in the car. So make sure you guys are staying warm, staying prepared, stocked up on your propane, on your wood, all these things to stay warm. Hope you guys have big blessings for your life and your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.